Physical geography of the United States. The United States mainland is entirely in the continent of North America, bordered by the Atlantic Ocean to the east, the Pacific Ocean to the west, Canada to the north, and Mexico to the south. The West Coast features mountain ranges like the Western Coastal Range, Sierra Nevada, and Cascades, while the Appalachian Mountains dominate the east. The Great Plains in the central U.S. are rich in minerals and agriculture, bordered by the Rocky Mountains to the west and extending into the Central Plains. The Gulf Coastal Plain lies to the south, bordering the Gulf of Mexico. Major water bodies include the Great Lakes in the north and the Great Salt Lake in Utah. Significant rivers are the Mississippi, Rio Grande, and Columbia. Alaska, the largest U.S. state, and Hawaii, a group of volcanic islands, are the two non-contiguous states. Geography shapes lives throughout history. Before European settlers arrived, North America was inhabited by Native American groups whose ancestors migrated from Asia between 38,000 and 10,000 BCE during the Ice Age. After the Ice Age, significant geographic changes attracted new vegetation and animals like buffalo and deer. Native Americans began farming native plants such as maize, which supported population growth. The continent's diverse physical features led tribes to adapt their housing, hunting, and agriculture to their environments. Coastal tribes relied on fishing and gathering, while inland tribes depended on farming and hunting. Some tribes were nomadic, influenced by weather and geography, while others were more settled. European exploration leads to population changes. North America's isolation from Europe, Africa, and Asia lasted until the th century, when advancements in navigation allowed Europeans to explore. European settlement primarily moved east to west, except for the Spanish, who came from South America. Expansion was hindered by mountain ranges, large rivers, and harsh winters. Before the 15th century, approximately 10 million Native Americans lived in what is now the United States. Today, they make up less than 2% of the population, primarily due to warfare and disease brought by Europeans. The Spanish arrived in the th century, settling in Florida, California, and the Southwest. The British, French, and Dutch followed, competing for lands in the eastern half of the United States. Many Europeans came for economic opportunities or to escape religious persecution, with groups like the Puritans and Quakers establishing cultural values and a strong work ethic. Enslaved Africans soon made up a significant portion of the colonial population, particularly in British colonies. An estimated 12 million enslaved Africans were brought to the area. Voluntary immigration also contributed to population growth, with waves from Western Europe, Southern and Eastern Europe, and Asia throughout the S&S. From colonies to a nation through war and negotiation. European settlers, mainly from England, Spain, and France, were drawn to North America's resources. Many settlers were sponsored by businesses seeking profit, leading to mining and large plantations. This created a demand for labor, resulting in the enslavement of Native Americans and later Africans. Early British colonies struggled with North America's natural features and climate, relying on Native American assistance to survive. However, during the 1600s and 1700s, European settlers continued to displace Native Americans and push westward, accelerating after the U.S. gained independence in 1776. Geography played a crucial role in the American Revolution, as Britain's distance and natural barriers made troop movements difficult. Early Americans believed in the concept of manifest destiny, or that it was their God-given right to expand from the Atlantic to the Pacific Oceans. Thus, in the 1800s and early 1900s, American borders expanded from coast to coast through war and negotiation. War with Mexico resulted in vast gains in the South and Southwest, while negotiations with France enabled the purchase of land east of the Mississippi. Negotiations with Britain gained territory in the Northwest,